Welcome back to Berserk, everybody. This is the quickest turnaround I think I have seen so far, and let's just say this got real crazy real fast. Let's also just say, for a chapter where so very little happens, I loved it so very much. Of course, it started off right where we left off in the end of the last one with Rakshas, or however you say his name, bursting out of one of the guys at the council meeting there. And I meant to bring it up in the last one that it kind of made no sense that he was hiding in that guy and burst out of him when he did, because that guy was the guy that was like arguing against going to war, which is what Salat wanted to do. But by bursting out of him, it kind of like just nullified everything that guy was arguing for, because now they're immediately going to want to go to war. So why was he hiding in the guy that didn't want to go to war when he came out was just going to make them want to go to war? But then we find out when Rakshas bursts out of him, he doesn't even know what's happening. So, which makes my argument from last week, which I didn't even make the argument last week because I forgot to, completely null and void. You know, instead of being like, oh no, it doesn't make sense why he was hiding in that guy. He doesn't even know why he was hiding in that guy. So it doesn't have to make sense at that point. But that's another thing that I thought was fascinating, was why doesn't Rakshas know where he is, who he is? He doesn't even know who he is for like a split second. He doesn't know how he got there. The last thing he remembers is dying. So it's just like, why was he there? Why does he not know that he was there? What happened? How did he get there? There are so many questions I don't have answers to, and I can't even begin to come up with ideas as to why he was in that person and why he didn't. How did he survive at all? Because he literally thought he was dead. And then when he does break out of the guy, all hell breaks loose. I mean, there's tornadoes coming down out of the sky. The streets are running with blood, maybe something dark, black goo, I don't know. Then all Qliphoth is basically bursting out of just seeping out of the ground. The trolls are coming out of the goo. It's just all hell breaks loose. And I said in the last video that the art just was truly wonderful in that last chapter, and I really feel like the studio has done just an exceptional job at continuing the art form, and the art itself just continues to be truly, truly great. This chapter trumps anything that we got in the last chapter, trumps anything that I said in the last chapter. This was truly great. From just the opening shots of Rakshas, which just looks fabulous, all the way over to the trolls. Oh my God, the trolls, everything about them, all the full panel shots, and just, everything about it just looks truly next level. If this is what we can expect to be getting from these people from now on and into the future, I have no complaints. I can't imagine anyone having complaints with, at least with the art. I mean, actually, I don't have any complaints with anything, to be quite honest, but I'm just saying, if somebody were to have complaints, I just can't see the art being one of them. Anyway, getting back to the actual manga here, we have a specific piece of dialogue that says this kind of power can't be summoned by a mere apostle, or something like that. And they're talking about Qliphoth being like summoned out of the ground and all of the trolls coming. And then it says something along the lines of, it must be ... And it just kind of like leaves you hanging on that. So we now have to guess and infer as to who is doing this. And my immediate thought went straight to Qliphoth. I'm like, really? Qliphoth is here already? That's really fast. I mean, I know that in the last chapter he did say to the east or something like that, and so it wouldn't be completely outside the realm of, reason that it would be him. But then I'm just like, man, that's really fast for him to show up. Then, these are just my initial thoughts, then the collective whole of the internet seems to think that it's Slan. So, which didn't even occur to me at the time. Like, I literally did not even think of her at any point while I was reading the chapter. And I was like, oh yeah, that very well could be. That would probably be a little bit better than just Qliphoth being here all of the sudden, which, I mean, he could be, but it seems just so fast. So maybe start with somebody smaller on the scale, lower down on the God hand, somebody like a Slan. I don't know. I'm not even going to sit here and pretend like I have an idea who's going to show up, although those are the two that make the most sense. Either way, this chapter was just absolutely banging. I mean, just shot after shot after shot of tension building, and like setup and just dramatic build up to something, to the big cliffhanger ending that was the last couple of panels of this. And like I said at the beginning, very little happened, to the point where I think the one shot of action was Serpico jumping in front of Farnese and saving her. Other than that, it was literally just built up to end with like Rakshas and Salat coming together to really face off and come to blows. We don't even get to see that. We just see them like dive at each other, and Rakshas say some super cryptic shit like, yes, this will do. And even that is overlaid over top of shots of Guts down in the dungeon. And like I said in the last one, I don't think he's jumping up to do anything anytime soon. I think he's going to lay down there and he's going to let the city burn around and above him. This does not look like the face of a man who's on the verge of fighting anything. He just looks so resigned and defeated. We'll see. The fight's really going to have to come to him, and it's really going to have to force him to do something. I don't see him jumping up anytime soon. And then, of course, by extension of that, I'm curious at this point what it's going to take to get him up off of his butt. What is it going to take to get him back in the fight? Because like I said, looking at him in the cell, he doesn't look like he's there. He doesn't look ready. What is it going to take? What is that thing that's going to make him get back up and go? Because I don't see it. I don't see it here. I don't see it in this chapter. I don't see any build up to it or towards it. I don't see anything leading to it. He still just looks 100% broken, defeated, and checked out. And nothing about this says he's checking back in anytime soon. I don't even see the foreshadowing for it. Anyway, like I said, this was absolutely great. It was a wonderful chapter. The art, just the art. Oh my God, next level. Some of the best I've seen in a long time. Or I should just say, it just continues to get better as it goes. At the very least, I'm loving it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. And as always, everybody, the link for my Patreon is in the description below. The link for my Discord is in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.